I don't remember who, and I don't remember how, but I remember a senior commenting during my first few weeks at Deerfield. It'll be spring before you know it, and you'll be missing all of us. And I remember smiling politely and nodding, but laughing internally in a mixture of puzzlement and skepticism. All the friends I was decently close to from back home, I had gotten to know over the course of a solid few years. And honestly, I refused to believe the fact that 8 months later, I'd be dreading the departure of these kids that I'd just met. Yet, oblivious to me at the time, Deerfield is not a place where the rules of the world apply. In his welcome speech my sophomore year, President Prayas Sinha talked about his experience at Convocation junior year. He had failed an attempt at the one-chip challenge and drunk half a gallon of milk merely a few hours before the event, and he walked into the Hess auditorium knowing full well how lactose intolerant he was. He defined his Deerfield days of glory as controlled chaos with friends. As I listened to his admittedly hilarious speech, however, I felt wistful for having been too late to experience chaos with that particular group of seniors. I had a lot of respect for the class of 2024. In many ways, they were what I aspired to be by the time my Deerfield days came to an end. Joyful, motivated, considerate, and passionate. Soon after Prayas' speech, I remember standing beside Isaac Bakare at the Winter KFC, and then standing beside him at the Spring KFC, wondering what day of the week it was and why May came after December. And the next thing I know, I'm sitting with Fish during senior cry, groaning, "They're already gone." Turns out, I did get to have my controlled chaos with the seniors. Team dinner meant trying to eat as many oranges and saltines as I could in under 2 minutes. Weekend sleepovers on the Simmons common room couch inevitably included endless hours of playing coup. No time was spent without discussing whether knowing a language until the age of 5 could be deemed bilingualism or whether polygamy was a constitutionally protected right. And that too, back when I barely knew what the Constitution was. It also wasn't all just meaningless chaos. It was profound advice from Prayas when I was afraid my homeschooled past was catching up with me and I was acting like a freak in well-ordered society, followed by, "Go to bed, I have work." It was Daniel Wareham being the only person who believed in my fanciful DA info app and being my trusted confidant when I thought it might get me kicked out of school. It was Julia Zhao staying up all night during senior spring to finish my part of a group project when I had fallen asleep. I was grateful and very, very surprised, but she casually brushed me aside. "I'm going to college," she said. "I want you to go too." When I approached the step-up bonfire, my feet were frozen to the ground, and I felt that Deerfield was no longer a place I recognized. When I spent most of the summer not knowing what to look forward to at a school without my friends, I realized with a pang that this was an experience unique to me. Like I had assumed, sitting in this auditorium all those years ago, most students rarely become close with those outside their grade. But as it turns out, I had yet another prediction to prove wrong. One day, a long time ago, I went to English class early, and Ms. Chava asked me how I found the new sophomore life to be. "It's wonderful," I said, "because I have greater freedom to interact with upperclassmen." She found my response interesting and wondered if I'd also be enjoying talking to younger students when I was a senior. "I seriously doubt it," I said. I'm dreading May 24th in a way analogous to how I dreaded May 26th 2 years ago. I now have people worth coming back for, and nothing makes me happier. During my last year here, I hope I was influential to my younger friends in many of the same ways the seniors shaped my first year at Deerfield. I hope I've shown faith in your potential the way Daniel believed in my prowess. I hope I've been as good a B-worthy as Lillian Regal was to me. I hope I've been there for you and given you strength whenever you needed it. To the underclassmen on the ultimate team, I hope I've led you to discover the vibrant and supportive community that I've found it to be. I hope my advice and antics will live on in your Deerfield memories for years to come. To all of you, I'd like to read a quote that Anna Guerini wrote to me when she graduated last year. "Look to the hills often, but look to the stars more frequently. Big dreams pay off, if only in the way they make you see the world." Thank you.